My name's host Eric, host of Talking with Famous People, and I am excited to greet you on this Sunday evening for a little Sunday night check in. You know, again, the reality is that these days lately, I've not been getting much traffic on the live streams. That's okay. Hi, Popovich. Uh, I spent the day making some clips about me and Rachel's activities for the day, and I do plan to make a short out of that. But I thought before I did that, I'd start a stream and visit with the internet people briefly. I may have a little bit of sports on in the background. I think maybe it was you, Popovich, you asked me why I would watch so much sports. Well, one thing is when I'm the only time I'm watching TV and live streaming at the same time, I'm watching sports because the only thing you could really have on the background and have part of your attention on it. Uh, so I watch a much higher percentage of non-sports things than um, was Rachel in her 20s on drugs? No, she's she's not ever been really a druggie. Well, I mean, he just says, has Rachel, when Rachel in her 20s on drugs? I think he means recreational drugs. If you mean recreational drugs, I would say no. Well, I mean, like, but what drugs? Yeah, that's, I mean, that's not really a drug. Was I on drugs in my 20s? Yeah, I've been on drugs my whole life. But I'm kind of aging out of that a little bit. I was saying to Rachel earlier today that adulthood kind of means lower highs and higher lows. Being okay with the ordinary things of day to day life and finding those adequately fulfilling. That's not our natural way of being, me and Rachel probably. Is coffee a drug? No, coffee's not a drug. I mean, sure, it's got caffeine in it, but nobody nobody ever had a drug problem because they had too much caffeine or too much coffee.
Thank you.
Can you imagine going to like Narcotics Anonymous and saying I drink too much coffee?
Oh my gosh, there'd be so many people there then.
I mean, like, so does everybody at Narcotics Anonymous drink so much coffee.
That's true.
But usually they're there for something other than coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got my refreshed coffee. I think I'm gonna actually have a couple of acid pills. What are the pros and cons of one coffee per day? I mean, I don't really think there are a lot of pros or cons to it. For me, the con is that it does make me have stomach acid sometimes. The pro is that I like it. It tastes good.
I like it too.
It's satisfying to drink. But yeah, it can be a little hard on your stomach sometimes. Oh. I don't really know how much of this football game I'm really going to watch, but got it on in the background. Hi, Dulles. Caffeine Anonymous, yeah. Wouldn't shock me if there is such a place, but it would be ridiculous. So now that I've eaten a couple of antacids, I've given my stomach room for a little bit more coffee. That's how you know you have a problem. We will go outside for a moment and look at the Christmas lights, which I finished putting up today. Unfortunately, we were short a string of Christmas lights, you know. This is the inside. It's looking very Christmassy. I'm very pleased with the inside. The outside, we got an extra string of Christmas lights because we were short a string. When I got them home, I realized they have green cord on them instead of white cord, so they don't really match. You can see where they change up. These are all the white ones with the white cord, and there's the white ones with the green cord, and those ones are also LED, whereas these ones appear to be incandescent. Keeping in mind, I know nothing about college football. How's college sports holding up versus your expectations for the season? Well, you know, my favorite college football team is USC, and my expectations for the season were that we would make the college football playoff. We did not make the college football playoff. We had one too many losses. Currently, the football that's on the TV is professional football. Spiders making those noises. Rachel and I just got done watching A Muppet Christmas Carol. Oh my god, what a tearjerker. I had to get a new roll of toilet paper to blow my nose and wipe my tears from watching A Muppet Christmas Carol. Michael Caine did a great job. I also thought Kermit the Frog did an excellent job, as did Miss Piggy. Really, all the Muppets I think did great. It was a little slow getting going, that movie. And about partway through it, I was thinking, I'll probably give this movie about a 5. It's a musical, but it doesn't have a lot of really particularly memorable songs. But by the end of it, I raised my score up to an 8. So we got quite a bit done today in terms of activities / outings. We went into town. We got some lunch. We got the lights that I needed to get. Came back, put up the lights, watched the Christmas movie. Documented the whole day through a series of short video recordings that I finally stitched together to make a short. But we also had a big problem today. The car's check engine light came on, and it started running a little janky. We're gonna have to take it to the car repair shop, and I'm hopeful that, you know, we can make it all the way to the car repair shop in its current condition. We did manage to make it home okay, and it seems to be, I think it's got a few miles totally out. Anyway, we've got a lot of like logistics chore kind of things to do. Show media, hello. Do I like jazz music? I like some jazz music. In general, I'm not a jazz fan, but I do like jazz music when it's good. I know you're asking this to show media, but I first drive a Mini Cooper, and it's got almost 150,000 miles on it. So, well, thanks, Wilbur. I'm glad I got the last string of lights up, even though it doesn't match exactly.
Thanks, Wilbur. It's still okay.
Yeah, you know, it's part of the charm of homespun Christmas decorations.
It fits in with Mariposa in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that Mini Cooper has been through a lot with us, me and Rachel, and talking with family people in general.
It was the car that picked me up from the airport. It was the car that drove us all around during COVID, seeing different parts of Los Angeles.
Yep.
It took us to Vegas. It took us to Palm Springs. It took us up north to Oregon and Washington.
It did. So now it's got a warning light on, check engine light, and it's clearly got something gone wrong with it. But hopefully it won't be too expensive a fix, and it's liberating not having to drive. Well, there's no not driving where we live, that's for sure.
I do wish that we have to figure out their cab service number.
Right.
But it would be helpful. They do so well. If they had Uber or like Lyft here. I think people would use it. I don't know.
Is Kevin from Home Alone like you? You know what I mean? I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you mean either.
I'm not home alone. Are we spending Christmas here? Yeah.
Yes.
We are. You know, we got a stressful month coming up because I've got dental surgery coming up, and that's causing me some anxiety, and we've got to deal with this car, and Rachel's got a dental appointment coming up, but you know, I'm feeling like capable of handling things. I feel kind of recovered from the Adderall crash that occupied a little stretch of time there where I was having a rough go of it because of the dopamine deficit, basically.
It's real.
Yeah.
So, what about the dental work is making you nervous?
I mean, I'm not looking forward to being sedated. That's not really my thing.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious about, dealing with the hotel, the fact that you're gonna have to like walk me into the hotel while I'm all drugged out and stuff.
But it'll be okay. Honestly, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
I'll just be your guide.
Yeah. And then, I'm just worried about how long recovery is going to be, whether the temporary teeth are going to allow me to eat anything.
He said that my job was to make sure that you don't
eat soft stuff.
Yeah, that you eat soft stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, dental work is always worth it, provided it doesn't go wrong,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to not smoke anything for quite a while after it's done, and that's fine. I can live with that. So, I am looking forward to a new mouth, new outlook on life, and so forth that will afford, I think. For one thing, it'll allow me to speak normally again. I've been having to compensate for lack of teeth in my speech since I lost all these teeth. And that's kind of important to me.
It's gonna be it's gonna it's gonna be a big change.
Yeah. The date of the appointment is the 11th. Um, I got into a fight with a great white shark. That's how I lost him. It was his teeth against mine. He lost a lot of teeth too, but uh, he grows them back, you know. Well, thanks, Iron Lion. No, I don't. I don't think I'm gonna regret it. I'm just. I have some anxiety about it, you know, and that's okay. It's a manageable amount of anxiety. Hey, Winston's
Hey,
mom, nice to
Winston's
see
mom.
you. Casey Jones, nice to see you. Anna Nova 5, thanks for being here. Iron Lion, thanks for being here. It's wonderful to have a group of our internet friends visiting with us today.
Yeah.
And I appreciate your company and everything. Do I believe in soulmates? Well, I believe Rachel's my soulmate.
Yeah, I believe Eric's my soulmate.
Rachel and I are incredibly compatible. We get along exceedingly well. We don't ever really have any conflicts.
Mm-mm.
You know, there might be some in the socionics community who say that our pairing is deactivating.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? It's like you can't have absolutely everything in a relationship, right? And what that really means is that we're not busting each other's chops over being how we are.
It's true.
So, we're like
And
peas and carrots.
and we're also like at a stage of life too where it's not like we're looking to be active like great like out and about every weekend.
Right. Well, I think what we're looking to do is sort of find our way um, in a sustainable relationship with sensing. Should men douche after rectum sex? Well, that's that's a rather unpleasant unpleasant vision. I don't know, Calmar, Caliber. I have no idea if that's the case or not. If you do, though, I would suggest Summer's Eve by Massengale. Show me.
No way. No way. Who would I mean no way. I wouldn't even know where to start.
If you're trying to look like you're talking without making any sound, you can just silently repeat. Does it look like I'm saying various words without saying anything?
100
I don't think Rachel would want to attempt it for it's like
no.
the
Like I would fucking you can die. That's the worst thing. I mean, that's like really extreme, but still, I don't know what I'm doing in his mouth. That's like too much. If I studied or something, I don't know. I don't want to do dental work.
I don't even trust the dentist to do my dental work.
Yeah. Um.
You hear plenty
I
of
don't
horror
know.
stories.
I mean, I don't know, man.
You hear plenty of horror stories about people who get dental work done badly and have to deal with the consequences of
The
it.
root canal is like extremely important, like difficult.
Who's the most famous person in Talking with Famous People episodes? I don't really think there are any very famous people in Talking with Famous People episodes.
Frank James has entered the chat.
He's entered the
before.
chat, sure.
Yeah.
Just look it up on Wikipedia. I'm sure you can figure it out. Club ESFP. I mean, is he famous?
Oh, I want to throw this out there. Okay, so like I would like to maybe do something for the mailman and the garbage man.
Okay.
Like we don't have to give them money, but like, what are some things that we could get for Christmas for them?
Like bottle of wine or something.
Bottle of wine. Yeah. Snacks. Yeah, someone else said cookies.
Well, yeah, we could do that. We could. Mailman shouldn't be driving with wine on
Oh,
duty.
that's true.
Well, if it's not open.
We could put it in a bag.
So we could put it in a wrapped present so
yeah,
they don't know what it is.
Yeah. Is that presumptuous? I mean, it could be regifted, I guess.
Yeah, if they don't drink wine, they can give it to somebody else. Okay. I'm sure they know somebody who does drink wine. Box of
chocolates?
It's not Valentine's Day.
Well, we're thinking about doing that for my dad, though, and his girlfriend, no?
Oh, yeah, that's true. You've been getting a lot of TWFP content on your YouTube feed from 5 to 8 years ago. Must be because you keep clicking on it, I guess.
I think you're right, Wilbur. I think I'm leaning towards cookies, too.
Christmas cookies are a good choice.
Yeah. I can make them. You know?
Okay.
Those cut.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hi, Acacia. I don't see Acacia here.
Acacia, she did a check mark.
Oh. There she is.
Yeah.
Hi, Acacia. I didn't notice you. You snuck in unnoticed. Johnny is a pig, also in his enemy year, so he's been laying low, it seems. Is this the enemy year for me? 2025?
Yeah, it is the enemy year.
Feels kind of like an enemy year, huh?
Oh my god. Has it really? I've been thinking you've been like doing well, but it has been a tough year. I mean, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, the last few months, I've had some rough crashes, you know?
Well, it started kind of in Vegas with us having to be towed because our wheel went out. We had a flat tire.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
yeah, hard lessons internally can be depressing and tough. But, you know, I feel like we're packing a lot of change here into the end of the year. You know, I feel like I'm growing, evolving even, probably into a different species.
We're thinking about cookies for the mailman and the garbage man. I can make 2, right?
I was more fond of the garbage man before he drove right past our house without even slowing down the other day.
Oh, that's unusual.
Usually he gives me a chance if I'm late with him, but this time, no.
We could also do, like, it doesn't have to be cookies. I was thinking, well, I don't know. We could either do cookies or a card and like $20.
Okay. Yeah.
Want to do that?
We could do either one.
Okay.
We could think about it.
We'll think about it.
The only good thing that comes out of your enemy year is wisdom through suffering.
Oh,
wonderful.
That's
well, at least it's almost over.
Mine's coming up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. This coming year, 2026, is my enemy year.
What comes after your enemy year?
It should be glorious, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, what comes after enemy year?
Yeah. Show media. Johnny's doing this thing where you could leave him a message.
Yeah.
He has a number, like, I think it's a setup number, probably with the app or something.
So what comes after enemy year? Is it like happy year?
We called. You should call. Yeah. So what is after enemy year?
2023 was an okay year. This year was tough, but I think tough all around. After enemy year is neutral year, but 2027 is friendly year.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
well, neutral year sounds fine.
Yeah, neutral. Oh, Amazon gift card. That's a good idea. I could easily do that. I could go online right now and get gift cards for.
I mean, to get the actual card, though, don't we need to go to the store?
I don't know.
Yankee candles.
Yankee candles. That's funny. Let's see.
I can't wait to cycle back on steroids in 3 weeks, says Casey Jones. Well, I can't wait for that for you. Forward to that too. You can get buff. Is that why you're going back on steroids to get your muscles bigger? Febreze, specifically for the garbage man. I don't think he'd appreciate that. I don't. It's around mid-June. That's as precise as I'd prefer to get, if that's okay. Dawes was born on June. It changes from person to person as to what day it is. Is king a feasible career path? It's a good question, Dulles. I think I'd be a good king. It depends on the kingdom as to whether it's a good career path, though. I just can't wait to be king, says Acacia. You're already a duke? You're Duke of the Duchy of Acacia? Can I send you a widescreen camera for Christmas? I mean, I could turn the camera the other direction. I just do vertical streaming because it's more accommodating to people on phones. You think king is a sound and feasible career path for you?
Oh, cool. I can get a physical gift card through Amazon.
Are they gonna send it in the mail?
Yeah.
When would it get here by?
See details. By Wednesday.
Okay, well, if you want to do that, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
You want to?
It's up to you. Like, do you think cookies are better? Think they're more homey?
I mean, they probably appreciate the Amazon gift card more.
Okay. All right, let's do it. $20.
I mean, if we're gonna do it, at least do 25 each, I guess.
25 each. Okay. Are you sure?
I mean, why don't we just hold off on
Okay.
it for a second?
Okay.
And I don't know, I just wasn't really ready to decision about that. I think we should and we will, but I'm just not really quite ready to pull the trigger.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do $50 each. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Not a March, then you could be a Margrave, which is a pretty rock and roll title. A Margrave or a Viscount? Do you think climate change is a real threat? Well, I mean, it threatens to have a variety of impacts, good, bad, whatever. That's the thing about impacts is they're not universally good or bad, although some of them are, like, global nuclear war, universally a bad impact. Um, Generally speaking, uh, extinction, bad impact.
Ooh, Viscount and Viscountess.
I'm a 422.
Yeah, he is. If he's a 4 and I'm a 4, does that bode well for us? Even though he's somewhat in some cases a 22. I'm guessing 22 would go with 4.
I think so. 22 isn't divisible by 4, but nevertheless they go together. Yeah, it helps to have good mutual understanding. Well, that's nice.
That's good. We have the same soul number too, soul path.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
That's good. Don't you support mosquito extinction? I mean, I guess you could say that even extinction cannot universally be said to be a good impact, because there are those who would argue that the world would be better off without mosquitoes. I think bats would disagree, but 4 is about fairness and honesty to an extremist level. I don't think anybody who's into fairness and honesty could be called an extremist. Fairness and honesty seem like universal goods. Mosquito extinction seems tough. Well, I mean, there are those who say it wouldn't have very large environmental impacts if we were to have mosquitoes extinct, and that they cause all this disease and suffering and death and stuff, so that it would be a net positive. But depends who you ask, I guess, and what sectors of the environment, ecosystem, or whatever that you're attending to. A lot of people could care less about being honest and fair to others, but perhaps they want it for themselves, even though they don't deserve it. Everybody deserves fairness. Sometimes what's fair is not what's good for you. Like, it's fair to lose a game if you don't score as many points, but it's bad for you for that to happen in some sense. But everyone still deserves fairness. Supposedly by numerological terms, I'm a leader and genius type, if you believe that stuff. Well, I don't put much weight in that stuff, but Rachel likes that stuff, and a lot of people do put weight into it. So we had a pretty festive day, a pretty full and rich day, you know. I've been feeling the poignancy of life and so forth on this holiday season. Been feeling the loss of the family holidays that I once had, you know. We'd always gather at my parents' house, obviously, and that's no more, but I feel better about things, you know, like instead of feeling lost or depressed or anxious about that kind of stuff, I just feel a healthy kind of grief, kind of sadness, and that's okay. Winston's mom is an 8 life path with a 4 destiny path and a 7 soul number, 6 for my personality number, 3 for maturity, and 2 for balance. Wow. That's like every number except for 9 and 1 and 5. Yeah. That's a whole new level of numerological complexity indeed. All right, Trevor, I'll come looking for you. We've got some leftover Mexican food from lunch for dinner, which I'm looking forward to eating. I got the chimichanga wet, which means it had guacamole and sour cream on it. And some sauce of some kind. Yes, I have empathy for your emotions, Treble. I understand that you too have anxiety sometimes, and that it makes you feel better for me to sit here and watch you eat. So I'll try to be as accommodating as I can. Because you're a good boy. And Mommy and Daddy love you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is Michael Caine still alive? That movie we watched, which was, as I mentioned, quite a tearjerker, was made 33 years ago. When I think about things like that, it really makes me feel old. I'm guessing Michael Caine is not still alive. He did a great job in that movie, though. Google it when we get back into the living room. He was in a lot of good movies. Okay, Trouble, that's enough watching. It's enough watching for one kitty. Hi, guys. Hi, Steve. I see. I'll go a tabbing and see what gives. There was a fail crash in there somewhere this year. Hi, Ruben. How you doing? Why does the idea of doing things in our head sound so much better than the actual doing of things? Well, likely it has to do with the fact that you're not a sensor. You have a iffy relationship with extroverted sensing. I was saying to Rachel earlier how it's like life's most fun and like immediately gratifying when we live in our attentional wheelhouse. So for me and Rachel, life's most fun and naturally gratifying when we're dealing with intuitive stuff and talking and media and not concretization of actualities. But we're probably most healthy and happy when we successfully integrate more sensory stuff into our lives. I know for me that means an SI sense of uh, then for me it's like having a plan for the day. Like I had a plan for today, and followed through on it. You know, we went into town, we did the things that we were supposed to do. We got lunch in town, and I made a bunch of little short videos, which I plan to stitch together into a short before I go to bed here this evening. May I just say welcome to everybody and thank you all for being here. It's very nice to have uh, a decent sized group here. You know, double digits of people is wonderful. Sometimes when a stream goes particularly under attended, I can find it a little bit depressing. So, and you know, Rachel and I were talking about that too. She's under the impression that I was I've been being shadow banned.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. It's like it could be that YouTube's just de-emphasizing live streaming. It could link to the fact that some of my live streams end up being like age restricted or something. I could go through and delete all the age restricted ones and see if anything changes, but I doubt it would. I don't know. I'm gonna get my dinner too.
I'm sorry, I would have gotten for you.
Oh, that's okay. Now, if I really got a bug up my butt, I'd maybe try to deal with some of the dining room table, which is covered in branches of unprocessed wheat. I want to get it cleaned up in part because I every time I walk by that table, I brush up against the branches.
Oh.
Hmm. Well, to make me do things, Acacia. They're doing bugs.
The doing bugs.
Mm-hmm. There are worse branches to brush up against.
Sure. They're large branches, though.
Yeah, when church's attendance is low, I'm depressing. It's depressing too. I've always liked the more the merry. Yeah. And certainly, this place and engagement with people here are important to my mental well-being, and I think Rachel's as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a beverage other than coffee. No trouble, that's not for you. Okay, let's see if I can find something you might want to eat. Here. You don't even want it, see? This year went by so fast. Holy shit balls. Holy shit balls indeed. This year did go by very fast.
Yeah.
We had a nice song service night. Over half came up and sang. Well, that's nice.
Oh.
Rachel and I did some singing of Christmas carols today.
Yeah, we did.
One played the dulcimer, huh?
What's
That's
that?
nice. It's like a medieval instrument, like a mandolin kind of a thing.
Okay. It's nice that people still like go around caroling. Oh, it's like a xylophone.
Oh, it's like a xylophone? Well, I was totally wrong. Hmm. Well, the last chimichanga that Dulles had was in Hong Kong. It was not remotely Mexican, but it was lots of cheese and deep fried goodness. Mm. Oh, I see. So it's a percussion instrument. Like a lot of people don't know this, but the piano is a percussion instrument. And for the same reason, it's because a hammer strikes the string. But I feel it on the piano being a percussion instrument. It's like all the cool things you can do on the piano are very rhythmic. I guess it would depend what kind of organ, but I would suggest yes, like a pipe organ should be a wind instrument. Although I can't help but think that that kind of invalidates the value of the distinction. Like, if my keyboard isn't the same kind of instrument as a piano or an organ, then the kind of instrument is not a meaningful distinction, really. Well, I ate all my leftovers, and that was good. It is an ancient instrument. They played it when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego went into the fire. I don't know who those people are.
Yeah.
Acacia's DTE, down to earth. Especially for the Duchess of the Duchy Acacia. What you into now? Hyper empathetic who despises apathy. You're Duke of the Duchy, okay. Are you Duke of the Duchy of the Duchess? When does my script load again? Not until the 10th, and I'm not especially anxious to get there. I don't really plan on taking the Adderall until some 3, 4, 5 days after I get my surgery. Okay, so King Nebuchadnezzar wanted all the people to worship him. These three wouldn't and got tossed in the fire. Jesus was in the midst, and their clothes never even got singed. Oh, their clothes never even got singed. Well, good for them. Fireproof. They were the first users of asbestos. Unfortunately, later on, they did get mesothelioma. That's the part they don't tell you in the Bible. Later on, they got mesothelioma. So he used to. He still does, but he used to too. Yeah, well, there have been a lack of new girls in here. That's true.
That's been for a while.
Yeah. The sackbut was another instrument played there. The sackbut, that's from the book of Daniel. So cool. A lot of people vanished over the years. Time flies, I guess. You can't take Addies to your surgery. Yeah, I'm not. I have my surgery on the 8th, and then I'm gonna wait till I feel pretty I want more girls in here? Title of the stream something about sack butt. Like say maybe take a look at my sack butt.
What does sack butt look like?
I don't know, apparently it's a musical instrument of some kind.
Oh.
I wanted to find out. I'm gonna Google it. Is Michael alive?
Good question.
I doubt it. He looked to be maybe 60, 33 years ago. He is alive.
He is? Wow, good for him.
He'll be 92 in March of 2025. So I nailed it with he looked to be about 60.
Yeah, you did nail it.
But he is still alive. Good for him. He announced his retirement in October of 2023, citing the declining number of roles for older actors.
Oh.
Huh. So not anything like a health problem or anything.
No.
Sorry for being a spelling stickler. The spelling is sort of arbitrary versus the original Babylonian, so technically any spelling is correct. Gay dudes would know about things like sackbut, maybe. Hung out with my father a bit yesterday, drove through San Francisco and back just talking and playing music. Sounds good. King Nebuchadnezzar and Cuckoo was put out to pasture for until God took the curse from him. Oh. Anyone here remember Melissa Godfrey? Hope she's doing alright. I don't remember Melissa Godfrey. Other than that, my brain is just really fried and chaotic, just overall scattered, can't seem to zone in. Well, my brain's doing okay. Uh, I'm just really super drug free today. I haven't taken any Wellbutrin or anything. I just smoked some bowls here and there, which is it's just standard operating procedure. I'm so happy for Michael Caine. He's still alive. Good
Right?
for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
And it's a nice conclusion to that search, because I was thinking kind of sad, like, oh, watch this movie and Michael Caine did such a good job, but he's probably dead now, but he's not dead.
But he's not dead.
He was old, 33. He's older than me 33 years ago, and he's still alive. That's encouraging.
It is.
I remember somebody called Miss Fortune used to come in here, and Caroline and others, but yeah. I saw her in Hyphonics stream several months ago, says Ruben. I did have to look up the sack butt, but it looks like some sort of lyre. Here I thought it might be more like an ood. Wasn't that the hospital chick? Natasha Talks, says Ruben. Girls wired to look for sack butts? Probably. They're always mistaking liars for sack butts. Oh, I wonder why she doesn't pop up and anyone would love to catch up with her, says Show Media. Natasha TikToks. Nebuchadnezzar's dream too. In the second year of his reign, Nebuchadnezzar had dreams. His mind was troubled and he could not sleep. So the king summoned the magicians, enchanters, sorcerers, and astrologers to tell him what he had dreamed. You had a woman come in here time to time to be entertained by this dream while she's sick in the hospital. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Hopefully she's okay. Acacia, yeah, now you're cooking with ass. The astrologer tell him what he had dreamed. I can always tell a liar from a sack butt. The Book of Daniel is a great book to read about Nebuchadnezzar. I bet the algo probably stopped showing her TWFP. It does it to me. It's stupid, says Ruben. Well, if it stops showing it to you, then, and you're here as much as anybody, then it's like it's obviously not making an effort to promote me particularly well. But the reality is also, if I want to see more concrete positive results and stuff, then I'm gonna have to do stuff other than just live streaming, and that's understandable and reasonable. It's spelled Nebuchadrezzar somewhere too. It's because you're not in widescreen, says Root. I don't think that's probably true. There's a whole running ood thread that ran for years within our gaming group. Yeah, well, probably because there's been a big resurgence lately in oud music. I don't even know what that is. Oud. Speaking of sack butt, be right back. Ruben's going to get his sack butt. He's going to play a few Christmas tunes for us. poking, like this. Poke. Okay. I think it's time to pull a few bowls. I've been praying for a change in spirit lately. I believe the Lord is providing. It's awesome. Well, I have a pretty good feeling in my heart, like things are moving along, things are fine. I'm not feeling too prone towards distress or anything. And I feel like Rachel and I are killing it with the holiday stuff this year.
That's good. I'm glad.
Amen indeed, Wilbur. Yeah, well, when I was feeling down, that had a lot to do with dopamine crash and such. But it doesn't have only to do with that. I pray for my heart to soften and change around certain things and trust God more and myself less. That's a good prayer, Ruben. I think I'll make an effort to copy that prayer. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Line says, I've been studying Holy Scriptures for 10 plus years, reading the Bible. I do daily. I've been through the Bible multiple times and still continue to do so. Is there a particular translation you study? Asked Dulles. I think that one of the reasons why the holiday time it always has these messages of like peace and goodwill to man and all those kind of positive things is because it's such an inherently poignant time of year. So it's a time when it's especially valuable to have the right mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice withdrawals from alcohol when you quit like mood stuff? Not really. I was not as, even though alcohol was as much as a problem for me as it was for other alcoholics. I actually didn't drink as much pure amount of alcohol as a lot of other alcoholics did, and so I didn't have anything like the DTs or whatever. I did notice that when I quit drinking alcohol, I got an incredible sweet tooth, and I started eating all kinds of candy. Whereas prior to quitting drinking alcohol, I didn't really have a sweet tooth at all. I quit alcohol, you want to eat sugar because alcohol itself has sugar in it, maybe? I'm not sure really. But apparently it's pretty standard for people to want to eat a lot of sugar when they quit drinking alcohol. And for me it'll be It'll be 12 years on December 26th.
Wow.
Which is crazy to think,
That's great.
You're growing a little candida farm inside your person. They love candy. Yes, that's what I was going to write. Very high sugar content. Yeah, I think that's true. Even if you're not drinking obviously if you drink like Malibu rum, it's gonna have a lot of sugar in it because it's very sugary. But I think even if you don't drink sugary liquor, it still has a lot of sugar in it.
Well, it's the carbs.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's like bread.
Alcohol is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's been 10 plus years for you too? Beer has a ton of carbs for sure. I think it's because alcohol converts to sugar inside the person, but I don't know. Well, regardless,
Yeah.
when I quit drinking, I went hard on the sugar, and it wasn't very long after I quit drinking that I went to China. And in China, one of the good things about China is they have these cake shops everywhere, at least in Shanghai. And you can go in there and you can buy a slice of like super fancy cake for like $1.50, $2. And I kind of went crazy with the cake. I was just like, oh my God, there's all these delicious cakes and it's also inexpensive. Some things in Shanghai were super expensive and some things were quite cheap. Cake was something that was very cheap. Whereas Haagen-Dazs ice cream, one pint of it was $20. And
Oh my
that was
God.
back like 10 years ago or something, you
So
know?
it's got to be like
12
much
years ago.
more. Yeah.
You were sitting at a poker table when you realized the sugar content was high. It was a revelation. I forget what made me realize it. I don't know. Haagen Dazs is expensive here too, but it's not that expensive. In Shanghai, it came with you bought it from like was it there was a little booth like in the supermarket that just sold pints of Haagen Dazs, and they had a person like manning the booth in like gloves, and they packaged it in a special little bag for you with a piece of dry ice on top of it. It was super luxury.
Yeah, that is.
You couldn't just like get it at the in the frozen part of the supermarket. I guess that's why it was so expensive. I did end up buying one pint of Haagen Dazs while I was there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Treated yourself?
Yeah, I was like, you know, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, Haagen Dazs. Oh, $20. But I ended up buying one. Is Haagen Dazs better than the one that makes Cherry Garcia? I like Haagen Dazs better than Jerry's
Me
personally.
too.
I like Haagen Dazs coffee ice cream best of all.
So creamy. They have really good strawberry ice cream too, Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah, do they?
Mm-hmm. It has like pieces of strawberry in it. It's really good.
Well, I'm not sure I've really ever get anything but coffee ice cream from Haagen Dazs. Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's does have a lot of different flavors. I'm not necessarily sure that's a good thing. Like, not all flavors are good. You can't just say, well, this one has got coconut and salmon and lime and coffee. And it's called by some pun name. Well, that sounds terrible no matter how you cut it. It's not too cold out here. Earlier, Rachel and I played Guess the Temperature when we were driving around town. I guessed 60. Rachel guessed 55. It was actually 49 degrees. We were both wrong, but she was less wrong than me. What you don't like, the new Ben & Jerry's signature coconut salmon lime coffee flavor? No, I don't. You know, coconut salmon lime and coffee would be a terrible flavor of ice cream, I'm pretty sure. Although, who knows? Maybe if you were to actually try coconut, lime, salmon, and coffee and mix it together with some heavy cream and some sugar and a pool of ice, then you find, like, oh my God, this is the flavor I've been dreaming of my whole life. Where have you been? What would you Coca salami? Coca salami. Coca salami would be the name of this flavor. Oh, my taste buds have been waiting for you forever. Local market has New York tip steaks for $5. They're good too. Thankful for this. Walmart minimums are $15. People think it's coconut salami. No, it's not coconut salami. It's coconut salami. It's a good deal on steaks. We've got some frozen steaks in the freezer waiting for me to feel the urge to cook them up. Probably that'll happen tomorrow. With the car on the fritz, we've got a couple of logistic tasks to do tomorrow. Originally to call the PG&E since we haven't gotten the bill this month for some reason. Maybe Rachel hypothesized they delivered it to the wrong house.
Yeah, just because we have the new mailman, so.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Hear me out on this one. Donny Osmond did Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I could see him playing Herod. I'd like to see Timothy Chalamet play Herod going against Type. In the story of Herod, what happens in the story of Herod? Timothy Chalamet is versatile, but I still think he looks too young and boy cute if he ages like Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe. I don't like Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't like either of them.
I don't know anything about Timothy Chalamet. Should I not like him either?
I mean, he's. I'm not sure.
These days, I just don't even want to know anything about celebrities.
Yeah, really.
It's like, makes it impossible to watch stuff. I know the person's horrible. It's like it's hard for me to ignore that. Two-piece New York strip steak where I am, since I ended number 5, is like $25. Well, of course, it also depends on what kind you get. If you get prime, it's going to be super expensive. But if you get choice, you can sometimes get good deals. It also depends on how thick they are, you know. If you get thin steaks, then they don't weigh as much. They're cheaper. I feel as though the broccoli we got last time we got broccoli has probably gotten too old now, but it does stay good for quite a long time, much better than asparagus does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'll check it out tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to have broccoli and steaks tomorrow. Since I don't anticipate us driving anywhere tomorrow, and I'm hopeful that that the car doesn't let us down and gets us down to the dentist on the 4th, and that we can make an appointment for the coarse gold place to look at it on the 4th and see what they need to do. But it is kind of tricky having one car and one driver up here.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine, darling. It's really the one car that's potentially the problem. The Leo dancing gif is amazing. From Wolf of Wall Street, I think. I'm not familiar with the Leo dancing GIF, I don't think.
He like does like this. Like this snake thing.
Yeah, prime beef is no joke. It's both super expensive and ridiculously good. You're right. Is the pond finished? Yeah, more or less. I just have to get a. Um, I need to get the pump I need to get, and then it'll be good to go. Uh, there might be more things that I would do to it if I were to revisit it as a project before I really finished it. I've got the steps still to fix up, and it's something that I'll finish up over the course of the winter, little bit by little bit, if I want to do some additional things to it, and I'll get it going by spring. We'll see how long it stays going. It's gonna depend on how much it raises my electric bill. I may make it short, a smaller version of it if it's super expensive. I can make it as small as just the bottom pond, bottom pool. I do remember that commercial, Steve, a long time ago. I'm not particularly good at guessing the year of something from what it looks like. I guessed about that Muppet movie we watched, 1984 or 82 or something, I guessed. Rachel guessed 88. I guessed 84, I think. She guessed 88. It was actually 93. 92.
Yeah.
Hello, Drasweet.
Hey, Shelly. How's it going?
Oh,
Oops.
what happened to my
Oh,
now?
your chat.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, you're back in Arizona.
You're back in Arizona, huh? I didn't know you had left Arizona. Pop out the chat. Oops. Right here.
Oh, for the holidays. So you'll be Oh, wow. Are you you're citizens of both states, or you're just like basically living there because you're staying a long time? Miss you too, Shelly.
What's the other state besides Arizona? My electric bills here are the lowest electric bills I've ever had. In Florida, they ran $600 a month. Here, I average about $60 a month. Well, that's a low price for electricity. We certainly pay more than that, but our electric bills are not bad in the winter because we instead have propane bills. New Jersey. New Jersey and Arizona are far apart from each other. Bull, do you fly? I hope you don't take the bus back and forth. That would be quite the miserable. You fly. Okay, cool. All right, thanks a lot, Steve, for stopping by. It was enjoyable having you. I appreciate you being here. You fly. Well, that's a lot better than taking the bus back and forth. You got a house off grid, huh? Well, what I need to do is to make some kind of free energy device that produces energy from the 0 point vacuum or some other gobbledygook like that. And then I just have all the free energy I need.
There you go.
6132 feet high. Well, that's a solid 2,000 feet higher than mine. We are at about 4,000 feet, 4,100 feet. Show media, I don't want to hear your Diddy press release. Just let some people remain pure villains. You know, just let him be purely a villain. We have to bring the water up, propane, and we have partial solar. I see. That sounds kind of like a pain in the butt, Shelly. Not gonna lie to you. Solar energy is the way to go. It's just the upfront cost that make it not worthwhile. Well, there was a company that came by to offer to partner with us. Like they wanted to put in solar. We'd still pay a certain amount per month, but you know, it was like a private business that took advantage of certain state and maybe federal subsidies in partnering with private homes to energy, and then they have a relationship with that such that if they have extra power from our house, they can put it back into their grid or something. I don't know. We said no because it would have in the short run actually increased our electric bills, and it would probably have saved us money in the long run, but I don't really like the look of solar on the house. I don't know. PG&E is pretty terrible. That's true. Dalla says, Winston's mom, you aren't alone in having sky-high Floridian electric bills. And yes, properties are now atrociously expensive to insure, those that even qualify for insurance. Yeah, our property taxes are high too. It seems like, 1%, a little bit more than 1%, maybe slightly more than 1%. Seems like a lot. But maybe it's not, I'm not sure. Anyone thinking of getting some Corinthian leather this holiday season? Excellent question, Ruben. Excellent question. As Ricardo Montalban will tell you, Corinthian leather is the best leather. The truth is, there isn't even anything that's really called Corinthian leather. They just made that up for the car commercial. I've been thinking of redoing my leather ottoman in Ricardo Montalban. Yeah, Corinthian leather is not a real thing. They just made it up for like a Cadillac commercial. It starred Ricardo Montalban. Rich Corinthian leather. Because Ricardo Montalban had some fanciness to him. He was the guy who owned Fantasy Island and ran it, providing people with their most desired fantasies. which were remarkably infrequently were they sexual. What's your secret fantasy? It's to be it's to be a famous writer. I don't know, we're like, I want three girls to dress up as goats and whip me with a cat o' nine tails. That would be most of the fantasies that they would get, probably. Learn about cars adding advertisements to the multimedia screens in some cars by some companies, also making you pay to enable features already built into the car. Well, I gotta pay extra for this car to drive. Tattoo was a great actor. Yeah, Herman Villachez, is that his name? I think his name was Herman Villachez or something like that. He apparently was quite the adventurous fellow. Did you have a degree in college, and which one? Yeah, I have a degree in English. That's right. I got a college degree in the language I was already fluent in. You have to pay to enable the heated seats or something like that. That's ridiculous. They try to get you coming and going, these people, I tell you. Hi, Jeremiah Fix, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. I think BMW tried that briefly and got enough pushback to pull the plug on the subscription based car. Well, that's good. They should pull the plug on that nonsense. Who would like some Sunday night chicken snacks? Well, thanks, Winston's mom. You were so considerate bringing enough snacks for everybody. I appreciate that. Because I didn't even bring enough snacks for me. Third and goal now for the Commanders. Wow, good catch by number 13. Great one-handed grab in the end zone. That's going to put the Commanders ahead by a point. Even though the Commanders are, I think, like 3-8, and the Broncos are 8-3. My brother also majored in English, but he's big into plants now. Great at gardening, mountain of plant facts. Works as a buyer at a nursery. What do you know about that? What do I think about super determinism? Well, I think I don't know what exactly is meant by super determinism, but determinism in general is I it's it's a misunderstanding of everything, right? We know that we have free will because we have to behave as though we do, and we are liable as though we do, you know? And the idea that somehow the reality could be other than as it actually is, like that, is a fundamentally wrong frame of reference. Now we know it's because of frugality. They couldn't afford the directional's premium package. Oh, they released their drivers never used brakes or indicators anyway. Yeah, the issue of determinism, every form of determinism, is really an attempt to say people don't have free will. But the ridiculous thing is, we can imagine all the conditions under which free will what would be required for free will. Like, for example, We'd have to be able to conditionally consider possibilities before doing them. Well, we can do that. We'd have to be able to regret bad decisions and learn from that. We can do that. We'd have to be able to articulate differing degrees of freedom in our action. For example, ranging from what I feel like doing in my free time to being forced at gunpoint to do something. We can make those distinctions. We have to be in a world where individuals can and are held liable for their choices when those choices are violatory of the rights of others and such. We can and do exist in such a frame. So, why in the world would we deny free will? It would just be some kind of like weird, pointless semantic distinction that attempts to make a claim that's counterfactual on every level. Thanks, Wilbur. I appreciate that. That's the TI perspective on things. You know, not that TE people never have that perspective, but maybe it's NETI, or maybe it's just the correct perspective. I don't know. It's been a good day. It's been a heck of a day. It's been kind of a long day, you know, in the sense that we got a lot of things done, but I'm not feeling tired. And we know it's because of frugality. In the end, it doesn't really matter if there is or isn't free will. People need to be protected from the actions of individuals' antisocial or negligent behavior. Right, but the idea that disincentives can protect people is in itself an indicator that people have the capacity to make different choices. It's operating under the assumption that you can disincentivize something. Our drive-in had big pickles. It was a heck of a drive-in. It had some of the biggest pickles you ever see. Funny, I was just thinking about this subject free will earlier today. Maybe this is fate. That's excellent. Well done there, Victoria Q444. I think it is. I think it's destiny. There's nothing incompatible between destiny and free will, okay? You can have them both. You can have everything. Some things could be destined, some things could be free will, you know? Why does it all have to be the same kind of vegetable? There's no law requiring everybody to have all the same vegetables. And superdeterminism, right. That's one of the vegetables you can have too. All these mutually exclusive things together in one horribly illogical salad. It's perfect. That's how we come up with what's correct. You just take everybody's opinion and push them all together with ands. There. You know, that's the thing about not doing any drugs is makes for kind of an ordinary day. You got to pace it a little differently than when you or pacing a day on drugs. You mean free will or agency? Free will requires we have a soul. We know a robot or cockroach can have agency and make decisions, but I feel like free will is more of a metaphysical thing it brings in. Yeah, well, I mean, free will means uh, both agency and the capacity to choose otherwise. Right? In other words, it involves being able to conditionally consider multiple courses of action and choose one. Cockroaches have more soul than pretty much every other bug. If you've ever seen a cockroach play funk music, you'd know. Hey, Chris Chapin. Nice to see you. I love holiday music, and when we sang in school, this was the busiest time of year. We like holiday music a lot, too.
Yeah, we do. It's nice listening to in the car.
Yeah, we put on a nice playlist yesterday. Yesterday was a nice full day as well. I don't think we live streamed it all yesterday.
No.
But what did we do? We watched a movie. Well, we finished watching Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
We went to Denny's.
Yes.
That was later on. I don't remember what we did earlier in the day.
Earlier either.
Seems to me we did something. Maybe I did a couple of chores or something. I'm not sure. Oh, I know. We watched the SC game.
Yeah, we did watch the SC game.
We watched the USC UCLA game. It started at 4:30, and after that we went down to Denny's. We got some dinner, and we listened to holiday music on the way down there.
Yep.
And we've also begun shifting into winter sleep, which means the heater goes down lower at night, down to 60, and we got a heavy blanket on the bed.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice. We had to sing in all different places. I was in a boys' choir when I was a kid. Chris Chapin, the Pasadena Boys Choir, and we used to sing a lot around the holidays as well, but we'd sing at weddings sometimes, funerals. We'd have like shows and stuff too, but one of my favorite songs that we sang was my wife's name is Rachel. Victoria says hi.
Hi, Victoria.
One of my favorite songs that we sang in the boys' choir was Jerusalem. Da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba da 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 ba da da Isn't that a wonderful song? It really has a powerful, like, British feel to it.
Yeah, it does.
It is such a great song. I love it. And was Jerusalem builded here among these dark satanic mills? It's a wonderful song. It really grabs you by the junk and wiggles you around. It's kind of a long story. A lot has happened. Well, Victoria, now you've got us interested. We want to know what all the excitement has been about. I can't fully wrap my head around free will, the same I can't fully wrap my head around consciousness aside from knowing I'm conscious because I'm capable of having experience. Are you really capable of having experience, Gil? Are you sure about that? Mele Kalikaliki Kakamaka? We heard that song on the playlist last
Mm-hmm.
night down on our way down to Oakhurst.
Yep. And you guessed that Bing Crosby sings it,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. Yes, if you give me $10 million, I will go search for Noah's Ark and document. I'll just probably look around here, around the house, but I will document my search for it. Is Noah's Ark here? I would pick up a rock. No, God. Wrapping your head around something is tough when the head tends to retain its shape until it fails catastrophically. You make a good point, Fly Guy. I mean, we can wrap our head around consciousness as a process analysis kind of a thing, but as an objective analysis, it's going to continually kind of defy us because it is a process, you know. I have a little dreidel. I made it out of clay. Meow 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 meow.
Hey.
Contaminated water. When it's dry and ready, dreidel I shall play. Is that the tune to the dreidel song?
Yeah. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it. Wait. And where it's ready, do a little play, right?
Well, I quit my job with the village and forced myself to get a job within security and investigations, joined the RCMP, that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, as a prison guard, saved a firefighter from a drunk driving incident.
Wow.
Wow. You know, one of the YouTube channels I watch, Victoria, really talks a lot of shit about the RCMP. It's a channel about like people who go missing. And according to Lore Lodge, the RCMP does a terrible job of looking for missing people.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, you know, I personally don't have anything against the RCMP, but this guy I watch on YouTube, he definitely does have something against the RCMP. That's why I know, in fact, that RCMP means Royal Canadian Mounted Police without having to ask because I watch that channel and he talks a lot of smack. Depends on which location, but I believe that is true. My detachment is a good one, though. Let's get in here, Victoria. You know, basically his gripe is that the RCMP jumps to the conclusion that it was just an accidental death, even when it's got like loads of suspicious circumstances around it. James the Raccoon Whisperer has a channel. He's a former RCMP who became famous for his alien encounter. Really? It's a big place to get lost. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough, Fly Guy. And this is an American critiquing the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for the Canadian investigations. He also critiques the FBI too, you know. But it's when they do a good job, he acknowledges that too. He's fair, but his videos are a little long-winded for me. I have to kind of watch them in chunks. Well, thank you, Show Media, for the update. Started streaming 98 minutes ago, so I think we can expect about another 20 minutes of live streaming. That'd be 2 hours. That'd be a good amount. I hate when I die from falling out of my window after shooting myself twice in the back of the head. Right. That would be one that you probably wouldn't want to deem an accident. Let's see here. UFO sighting 1978. James Blackwood, Raccoon Whisperer. You know what I want to know is how many RCMP people actually ride horses? They're supposed to be mounted, but how much of their time is actually spent on horseback? You wanted to be a cyber investigator, huh? Well, that's good. I mean, good to hear your career's doing well, Victoria. Pleased to hear about that. It's always uh, a worthwhile endeavor to enforce the law. I used to think I was Owsley Stanley in a past life around the time my psychosis started. Your detachment doesn't have any horses at all? Not any horses? You're part of the Royal Canadian Unmounted Police. Zero horses. Wow. Some kind of Mounties you are. I guess you don't need to, I guess you don't really need to have a horse these days to do law enforcement. I mean, I'm sure it helps, but probably technically not necessary. It'd be kind of cool if the sheriffs around here rode horses. They'd have a hell of a time pulling me over. Is that a horse chasing me? I think that's the cops. Well, too late now. The Washington Redskins are putting up a fight here against the Denver Broncos. Returning back to the horse era would be cool. Yeah. I mean, kind of. You have to take care of a horse then. Owsley Stanley was the sound tech for the Grateful Dead and a talented chemist. Oh, good for him. It's like a big dog. Yeah. Unfortunately, my horse, my car, today got a check engine light come on and it started driving a little wonky. So we're gonna have to get that fixed as soon as we can. You could have your slave take care of the horse. I don't have any slaves, unfortunately. For if I had a horse, that would be unfortunate. Yep, you Putty Cat, I was wrong. Lane Kiffin is a bolter, isn't he? I guess LSU must have offered him more money. I think Ole Miss is smart to say you can't coach the team. Like, what's Lane Kiffin gonna think if they win the national championship? I mean, he will have missed winning the national championship with his team. He's taking on a new job, and he may never win it again. I think he's making a mistake. I don't think Ole Miss is gonna win the national championship, but it could. They've got a puncher's chance. He played a big role in 60s counterculture. He taught a programmer his procedure, and that programmer made Orange Sunshine. What's Orange Sunshine? Is that like a kind of acid or something? Like a brand of acid? Kind of odd to think of there being brands of acid, but people like to brand things. You know what I like this time of year? I like these little candles in the window. Isn't that nice?
It is nice.
It's nice and warm seeming. It's nice during the holidays to being a place that feels warm, not just temperature-wise, but in terms of hominess and such. The decorations help with that. Lane's father had a real thing for a friend of mine. Every time he was around her on a Friday night at the Salt Rock, he went full on hound dog. It was fascinating to watch. You talking about Monty Kiffin? Did you know Monty Kiffin? Oh, it's a famous batch of acid, huh? Wow. I mean, I know who Monty Kiffin is. I didn't know he was such a hound dog. Yeah, that's a false start. That's an obvious false start there. No, that would probably kill me. Show me the. Well, number 78, Laramie Tunsil. You just committed a false start. Your team will be penalized 5 yards accordingly. Yes, I don't know Monty as much as I was around him often enough. Wow. That's surprising. That's impressive. I didn't know that you were around such a famous person as Monty Kiffin. Granted, nowadays, his son Lane Kiffin is more famous than his father, who's retired from the coaching business at this point. I'd assume, or maybe he's even passed on. I'm not sure. Monty was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers forever, this Putty Cat. Yeah, I thought it was a bit of a defensive guru. Monty Kiffin was. I'm not sure if Monty was ever a head coach himself or not. His son started off being famous for failing up, but he's had some good success now. Lane Kiffin has. Lane Kiffin, he's the one who got tarmacked, right? They have that expression for getting fired like post game before you even get back to your office. I think that was Kiffin who got tarmacked by USC. But it might have been. No, it wasn't Sarkeesian. I suspect we'll see Lincoln Riley back again next year. And, the team's going to finish 10-3. Assuming we win the bowl game, which hopefully we will. This contract that Lane Kiffin just signed is for over $100 million. Wow. It's not shocking, I guess, that he took that deal. Monty was a head coach at Oklahoma State and North Carolina State, 1977 and 1982. Good to know. So did he ever succeed with your friend, or did your friend just rebuff him every time? It's so funny trying to piece together what you're talking about with little context clues, each person comment revealing a little bit more. What I'm trying to talk about? How long is the contract? 7 years. 7 years, 100 million. Well, they got themselves 7 years of Lane Kiffin. I hope it pays off for him. I mean, I don't really hope it pays off for him because I'm I'm not an LSU fan at all. But you know, I feel pretty good about USC in the coming year. Base of 12 million plus incentives at Ole Miss, who's making 9 million. Well, that is a raise. There's no disputing that. Rachel, did you dye your hair darker? It looks good.
No, it's my natural color. Thank you.
It's just getting a little bit of the black from the chair and the sweater, maybe.
Possibly.
Reflecting on it, making it look darker.
Yeah.
It's brown.
You're
I'd say
good colors.
it's brown. Yeah.
Thank you, Victoria.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's beautiful and tiny and built like a brick shit house. And a truly sweet person who looks delicious. Nope, she wasn't interested. I don't know what built like a brick shit house means. You can't blame Lane Kiffin. 99% of the population would have done the same thing. Yeah, well, it's a lot of money. Does that mean like short and stout or sturdy? You seem sturdy. Hey there, cutie. You're built like a brick shit house. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like a lobster. Oh, like a brick shit house is like a lobster? I don't know what that means. Does he get it all off the bat or split it throughout the years? I think he gets 12 million up front is what they were saying. Plus incentives and stuff. Sturdy like a lobster. Oh. So are you saying she has an exoskeleton? Lilo and Stitch, people, come on. That Lilo and Stitch features sturdy lobsters. Plus, probably a big buyout clause for Lane, too. Who did LSU just fire? Oh, okay. She's stacked. I see. Okay, well, I guess that's what Monty liked, huh? So Brian Kelly went from Notre Dame to LSU to fired, huh? Well, I guess LSU is reasonable to think that if Lane Kiffin can make the playoffs at Ole Miss, that he can make the playoffs at LSU, which seems to have more of a football pedigree than Ole Miss does. So we'll see how it plays out for LSU. Lincoln Riley has definitely been a mixed bag at USC. It was nice to get a Heisman Trophy out of Caleb Williams, you know. SC has more Heisman Trophy winners than any other school. So we are number one in one thing at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and this year was a good team. It's just a couple of it, if onlys, Putty Cat agrees that LSU definitely has more money from alumni, etc., bigger budget and donors. So yeah. So Ingrid was a female that Monty crushed on. Ingrid has a sister who looks like Kim Kardashian, and another sister who could be Chloe. Ingrid looks like the sister who married Scott Disick. Who married Scott Disick?
Courtney.
Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah.
So Winston's mom's friends, they look like.
For Kardashians?
Yeah. Well, Ingrid's was the girl that Monty Kiffin was chasing.
Okay.
Ingrid has a sister who looks like Kim Kardashian and another sister who looked like Chloe. And Ingrid looks like the sister who married Scott Disick, which
That's
is Courtney.
Yeah.
Too many Kardashians. Oh, that's a terrible
so
interception. Wow, Denver just threw a terrible interception. Denver is 9-2. Washington is 3-8. But Denver just threw like right to the guy. Just could not have been. Like I could have thrown that interception. If I were playing quarterback, I would not play any worse than this guy did here. This is like the worst you'll ever see anybody play quarterback. Here you go. You gotta see this. It's ridiculous. He just throws it right to the guy. Alright, check this out. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen a quarterback play a worse play than this in the history of football. I'll show you right now. Here, look at this. Alright, so they go back, drop back pass, and he just throws it right to
Oh
that
my
guy.
gosh, really?
He just throws it right to that guy. Like he was throwing it directly to him, and there wasn't even any people on his team near him.
No.
Like, why? What are they saying? What happened there, Am I a long lost cousin of the Kardashians? Fortunately, no. Where is Taylor? You mean like Flow State Taylor? He's in Kansas, I guess? Maybe Bo Nix is involved in some sort of game fixing. It's possible. I mean, with a play like that, it makes you think maybe because I can't. It made no sense. He threw it so directly to that guy. Poor guy's last name is Yankoff. What a horrible last name.
Yankoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a great last name to have. Yeah, Taylor. He's in Kansas doing his thing. I haven't seen him around for a little while, but I've seen him and or his wife within the last few months in the stream here. Marcus Mariota almost fell down. I'm kind of surprised Marcus Mariota is still in the NFL. Mr. Yankoff probably did have a little bit of teasing. Pro says it's pronounced Yankoff. It goes by the Powder Dusty. Yeah. He did change his channel name because I think he got in trouble with Flow State. With YouTube.
Yeah.
What was I like in high school? Well, I can show you if you want. I have a little video of me from high school. Fly guy says he was younger. That's true. You're not wrong, Fly guy. Here we go.
Putting on the parties is to give us a call, give us their phone number, so if we receive any complaints at the beginning, we can call them and tell them to either quiet them down or it's becoming out of hand. And at that point, if we have to respond on the
with your party.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, Ewa. What was Eric like in high school?
Eric Strauss, Jeremiah Carroll, Buffy Knott, Stan Matringa, and Rita Gatto. And Eric, what is your opinion of the new law?
Well, the First Amendment of the Constitution guarantees essentially that people have the right to peacefully assemble, and a party should be considered a peaceful assembly unless there is injury being given to other human beings, and in most parties that's not the case. So the law is pretty much, I think, unconstitutional and should be abolished.
Okay, and Jeremiah?
Yes, that's the same Eric that's right here right now.
Yeah, same Eric, you know. Same Eric as you get today here at 54.
Yep.
I did. I had hair, had a lot of hair, more hair than I knew what to do with. I had all my teeth. It was a crazy time. Yeah, I'm lucky to have that because you know I was in high school back in the day when we didn't have smartphones and people didn't make videos all the time and. You're still working your same job right now, machinist? That's a good job. Might be a little bit loud on the ears, but other than that, I think it's a good job. You should wear ear protection when you work. I mean, you know, it's also the case, Ewa, that we all have our moments. We, sometimes we're not at our best, and sometimes we're more an ideal form of ourselves, and it's possible you ran into Taylor at a moment when he wasn't at his best, too. You never know. Was I an A+ student? No, not at all. I had a 3.4 GPA. I was not a particularly good student there. I didn't like to do homework and study and stuff like that. And I'm still unself-disciplined and lazy to this day. Not that I'm proud of it. I wish I had more self-discipline, more get up and go, stick-to-itiveness, and so forth. Fuck, that was higher than mine. Oh, 3.4? Well, it was good enough back in the day. Nowadays, you wouldn't even hardly get into college. I had a pretty good SAT score, which helped me get into college too. But not great. Probably do more so now than then. I would say, I mean, you know, I wasn't it's wrong to say that I've been lazy throughout my life because I've done all kinds of things, worked all kinds of jobs, worked long hours, worked hard, etc. But it's hard for me to be the slow and steady wins the race. I have hard with maintaining. I have a hard time maintaining constancy in things. And life's changing for me, and my body's changing as I'm getting older, and I don't have the constitution that I once had. All these things come into play with the difference between my reality and my moment. I'm currently rocking a mini mall, but I do feel a bit raw because they just buzz around the sideburns, and that's it. Hi, New Groove. Now I have a shed. CIA in the house. Don't feel robbed, New Groove. Feel empowered since it's easy. You'll be able to do it yourself for free. 100% at Talking with Famous People. Everyone wants the truth. 10 minutes of truth at Dallas. Is that a video by Dallas? Dallas? I'll still manage to screw it up, but thanks for the inspo. Bye, guy. He's getting inspo for cutting his own hair. That's what he's getting inspo for. Thanks, Victoria. It's just learning to slow down and try to be a bit more structured and sensory in my approach to things is helping. And then, of course, it's always very helpful for me to come online, live stream, and enjoy an active chat like I have tonight. It's been great. We've had consistently over 10 people here the whole night, and that's a wonderful blessing. I appreciate it a great deal. It is true that hairs grow back, but once they fall out, they tend to not grow back so much. I don't know. That's one thing I've never cared about. I've never cared about going bald. It just never seemed to matter at all to me. I like a tiny bit of structure, but also the freedom to flow. Yeah, well, and that's kind of what we're managing here. Last few days, this upcoming week and stuff. Just have a couple things planned for each day and try to get those things accomplished. Friday Night at Freddy's 2 is coming out. I didn't even know they had Friday Night at Freddy's 1. I like a song about that video game a lot. It's been so long. I like that song a lot. It's super good. True, that bumper's life is too chaotic. Yeah, you know. And Rachel and I have been empowered to kind of be too uh, too exclusively in our attentional wheelhouse for a while, and I think it's healthy for us to be a little bit more practical minded, a little bit more sensory in our focus for some of the time. Bumper cars are not my favorite rides at an amusement park. Yeah, they're not my favorite rides either. Well, we are over 2 hours, so I do think I'm going to wrap this up. I've enjoyed it a great deal. I appreciate you guys more than you know. And I hope you all have a very wonderful evening. And we'll see you again, I'm sure, tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Have a great night.